Yeah, so Dubshak, man, y'all all over the place, man. It's been a couple of times I'm just grabbing something to eat, man. I see my man Dean Brown in the cut performing, so just talk about like your favorite shows and what's been like your favorite reaction, so far.
Favorite show. I have to talk about what's happening at the moment. The current Dubshak, which includes Emily Amos on vocals. We got Jimmy Rollins on sax, and Umi playing percussion, and she's also a vocalist. So it's in a way in the process of branding it, grooming it, kind of like a super group where you have more than one lead singer. I'm still the principal writer and producer. Jimmy also produces. He actually got a music degree, and he's actually graduating with this. But the shows we do now reach, because it's a band presence, and I've always loved the idea of a band and just energy of other people to bounce, My favorite shows are just whenever the people are interacting with us, reacting, I love playing shows outside. I think one of the shows that really changed me was in a place called Cedartown. And this is where I evolved from the track guy that shows up, gives the sound guy a CD and a thing on the mic. Well, this show was called the Southern Social Experiment. This brother out of Arkansas wanted to do a southern version of the Warp Tour. I don't know if you heard of the Warp Tour, but the Warp Tour goes through the northern states from like Maryland all the way to Cali. And it's kind of like a Grateful Dead thing where all the fans follow the bands night after night. You're camping. So this was supposed to develop into a southern version. The main difference, these artists are not signed with a label. So we were all independent artists. And I got a message in my email, and they just said, "Do you want to play our party?" So I thought, okay, it's somebody local. We'll go play a party. I said, sure, where's your party? He says, well, we're doing a music festival, and we got electronic, we got blues, we got hip hop, we got R&B, neo soul, we got heavy metal. And we're trying to put all those audiences together like an experiment and just everybody have a good time. The only thing we don't have is reggae. We see on your page you're doing a reggae thing. You got your own sound and blah, blah, blah. So we want you to be that guy. So I thought, okay, cool, I get there, and I'm supposed to go on after this heavy metal group called the Super Monkeys. Man, it was just two guys. Guy with a drop tune guitar playing the power chords, and a drummer with a piece, like 20 pieces. So I'm like, I can't go on after those guys doing tracks and a microphone. So I had my guitar, and I said, I'll just do my thing and just told the sound guy to turn me up, and whatever hits me, I'm just going to do it. And so I hit the stage, and I start, and they hear this, and that's coming through a sound system at 7,000 watts. We're on a ranch owned by a guy named Frankie Wood up in Cedartown. He was running for city council, I think. Moonshiner. I don't want to, bust him out or nothing. But he was offering everybody moonshine. Everybody was muddy, covered with mud, because there's a river. It was the middle of the summer, and everybody's just relaxed. It's the most relaxed show I ever played. Nobody was dressed. It was all about music. And the stage was state-of-the-art. Lasers, lights, this really big sound. You could hear this thing 4 or 5 miles away, which is why they chose a ranch, because you can make all the noise out there in a ranch. And people started coming running out of the woods when they heard that, just that raw guitar, wood sound, and people we didn't even know were at the festival. And that was when I realized, okay, this is going well. When I came off stage, 30-minute set, people were yelling at me. in my face, saying, if you don't go somewhere with this, it's gonna be your own bleeping fault. Yeah, awesome. I mean, it's like I realized I'd reached people, and I said I can never go back to singing over tracks. Even though I produce and I play all these instruments, I want people to hear and feel the ideas sonically. This was a changing moment. It was simultaneous to a festival in Macon called Bragg Jam. So when I got back to Macon the next day, I was playing completely different because of that one night. You know, it was all about the guitar after this, and added a bass. Maybe within a year, a brother from St. Croix, Snefru Hotep is his name, and we started to experiment with just doing drum and bass with the guitar, you know. Him doing just sparse rhythm, you know, and he would bring those big heavy dun 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 dun. It's a big booming bass, and that carved out a niche. We started to get a lot of shows in Atlanta in the roots community with like the Garvey Fest. Now we're doing Marcus Garvey Festival, and we're the real reggae roots people, and the Ital food and the Rastafarian. So we're playing these types of shows and really connecting. They're just calling us like every week because it was like a different sound, and it was, you know, we had so much fun with that. And it evolved to just adding people. If I could add a bass, you know, I could add maybe horns, even though I'm just doing all the drums and the guitar. So it was a different approach to live music within reggae, you know, within roots and ska music, dub music, and still throwing in elements of just what's in my environment, you know, from just techno and, you know, turbo scratch, you know, and just having fun with it and learning the instrument, and coming back to Macon, that just continued to evolve, and just Macon being how it is, it's a soup. You know, you can't stay the same in Macon. So much music comes from here, and you end up playing different. So when you go to other cities and other regions, they think we're crazy. You know, when you're from a place like this, it's got people like Little Richard, A Legacy, James Brown. Everything is extra live, you know, it's non-traditional. It's something about the water of a place like this. So yeah, Macon became the root. Before that, the Gum Swamp. Long story short.